Superdome. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints trot onto the field behind the veteran right arm of Drew Brees, a former Purdue Boilermaker who entered the league back in 2001.
Total relentlessness of consistency, almost like a machine. If you watch him in practice after every throw, he resets his feet, visualizes all the other options on a play. So if he has to do it in a game, it's already there, has the muscle memory. I've started calling him AI for artificial intelligence. Whatever defense does during a game, he absorbs it and then uses it against them as the game moves on.
Go, D! Let's go! Mike 42, check. Mike 42.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Brees now on first down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. He's locked in early. Two nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
I'm coming after you.
Brees now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
What happened?
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Check tight. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
From midfield, here's Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand,
Welcome everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me just fine. We'll see if anybody else pops in here real quick, and then we will get started.
The run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
What we got?
Into the red zone, it's Brees. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Accelerating, and off he goes. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Let's go!
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. past the 20 to about the 22. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to run.
A few more minutes, guys, and then we'll get started. Get my topics pulled up here.
GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now. Shotgun now for Breeze. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Hey, Visions, thanks for stopping in, bud. I appreciate the, I'm assuming it was a resub. Appreciate you.
Better rounds on this map.
What about the objective?
I think I went like 48 and
Charges
9.
acquired.
That guy was gone.
All right. Let me get my questions pulled up here.
Waypoint marked.
Alright, so first topic that I have here is, how do you feel about players opting out of their team's bowl game? Hey, good morning, Big Bad. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Yeah, I've been a little busy. I've had to go down to South Carolina last week for 4 days and help my dad get moved into his new place. So I've been a little absent, but we're back at it today, doing our sports stream. or sports show. But I'll reread the question here. How do you feel about players opting out of their team's bowl game? I do not like it. It's supposed to be a team game by individuals opting out of playing in that game. You're making it more about yourself rather than being for the team. So I don't personally agree with it. I understand that that person may be eligible to go play in the pros, and they could get hurt in said game. However, it is supposed to be a team game, not an individual. So I don't agree with it. Big Bad's on the same side there. Visions. I absolutely agree. They should be able to as a team. If the team voted to stay in the bowl game, then your full 110% effort needs to be displayed during the game. I could not agree with you more on that, Visions. I definitely think it should be a team decision, not an individual decision. Big Bad, pros get hurt all of the time, so the injury argument is moot to me. Yeah, I can definitely get that. I definitely see that. I mean, it is part of the game. Everybody knows that plays football that you're probably going to get hurt. It comes with the territory. So, yeah, I can agree with that. All right. So, the next topic that I have here, I'm going to have to pull up Big Bad. Besides, if you get hurt in January, then you have until September to heal. Right. They have the entire off season to nurse their injuries and get back to full health. Obviously, depending on what the injury is, but yeah, I definitely understand that. Like I said, it comes with the territory. You signed up for football. You know that there's a high probability that you are going to get injured at some point. So the next question is, who is your MVP as of right now? I'm not even sure who is up for that award at the moment, so I'm actually going to see if I can't pull up a listing. All right, so it looks like just pulled up like a top 5 players who are probably in the running for MVP. So I'll just go down through the list and read them off. So they have Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, and Josh Allen as the top 5. And this was as of the 15th of December. Excuse me. As of the 15th of December, this was the top 5. Out of that listing, quite honestly, I would probably have to go with Kyler Murray. Next would be probably Aaron Rodgers. And then Tom Brady would probably be third. Big Bad, probably Rodgers. The Packers are the number 1 seed because of him. Yeah, I definitely get that. He's definitely had a very strong year. If it wasn't for him, I don't think the Packers would be where they are. Big Bad. Murray couldn't beat the Lions, so I'm saying no to Murray. Yeah, they definitely had a rough one. I know they're on I think it's a 2-game losing streak right now. But I would say all in all, his season has been pretty outstanding. Visions. I'd have to say Rodgers. I hate Brady and I haven't seen the others. Yeah, I understand that too. Like I said, I would definitely have mine would be Murray than Rodgers. Yeah, Rodgers has put up better numbers. I don't know. I just think as a the Cardinals as a team have kind of dropped off since their last couple losses, but I don't know. Overall, I think Kyler's had a pretty outstanding year. Like I said, he's kind of the team itself has kind of come back down to earth after the start that they had. But like I said, I wouldn't be opposed at Rodgers winning it, just because he has pretty much carried that team to the success that they've had so far this season. But I definitely don't want Brady to get it. I don't think he has done enough to earn a MVP this year. Visions, fuck Brady. If Rude Boy pops in here, he is not gonna like the Tom Brady hate going on right now. But that's for a different day. Let's see here. All right, this kind of is going with the same sort of theme here. This next question is, who is your defensive player of the year? This one is very easy for me. But my defensive player of the year is also should also win defensive rookie of the year, and that is Micah Parsons. He has absolutely been killing it. He was moved from his original linebacker spot to play kind of the rush end on the defensive line, and has absolutely shined all season long. I believe last I had seen, I had seen that he was actually one of the top guys as far as sacks for the year. Obviously he's not just doing sacks. He's putting pressure on the quarterback, causing, bringing up turnovers for his defense, for other players to make a play. He has forced a lot of turnovers. TJ Watt, I could see him possibly being up there. He's always on top of his game when it comes to putting up numbers and stuff. I don't know. I just don't see. I don't know, the body of work that Micah Parsons has had all season. I think he definitely deserves it. Visions, I don't really have an answer to this one. I took football off this year, and what defense I did see wasn't like, oh my god, great play, so I don't have much of an opinion. Fair enough. And me picking Micah Parsons is not me being biased in any way. I've watched a lot of football this season, and his body of work is definitely up there as far as earning defensive player of the year. Sure it isn't. Yeah. No, this is definitely not me being biased. I've heard a lot of sports analysts talking about Micah Parsons, and they are all kind of on the same boat that, he's definitely put up the body of work that deserves it. It's just a matter of whether he's going to get the votes from the people that make that decision. But I think he's definitely deserving of it. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not being biased. It may sound like I'm being biased, but I'm not being biased. I promise you. Visions, you're biased. Yeah, no. I will give credit where credit is due to anybody. When it comes to watching my team, then no one can do no. My team is the shit. All of my players are the shit. However, I will have to give credit where credit is due when it comes to teams and individual players for other teams. All right. So we're going to completely take a left turn on this next topic. So my next question is, should MMA or mixed martial arts be included in the Olympics? Yeah. I know they have the various martial arts included in the Olympics. Visions. No, I never said I liked the Packers. I said I would have to pick the Packers. Not that I like them. I can't stand them. Big Bad laughing my ass off. You're funny. But should MMA or mixed martial arts be included in the Olympics? I absolutely 100% agree that it should be. I know as of right now they have the various martial arts included, whether it be, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, I believe, is also in there. Judo is in there. Boxing. But I definitely think that they should have mixed martial arts be included. With the amount of access to it now, and the fact that you can always see an MMA fight very easily. It's very mainstream now. I don't see why it shouldn't be included. Visions, yes. Why not? Like you said, they got involved, got the individual martial arts there. Why not mix? I agree. If you're gonna have the individual martial arts included, I mean, MMA is also a martial art. It's just a combination of all of them into one event. I mean, hell, they got wrestling in there too. So, I mean, granted, most of the wrestling is Greco-Roman. I mean, they do have the freestyle stuff too, but. And then the second part of that question is, do you like the direction that UFC or MMA itself is going? I mean, yeah, it's violent, but it's it's so much safer than people give it credit for. I mean, they have boxing in there. Boxing is a very violent sport. It's also caused a lot of health issues for a lot of people, i.e., Muhammad Ali. Um, you don't hear of that in mixed martial arts. They definitely make sure that that kinds of stuff isn't going to happen. I mean, obviously, it could happen down the road. Don't get me wrong. People are taking blows to the head at a pretty regular basis, but you haven't heard of it yet. So yeah, it's violent, but I mean, what combat sport isn't violent would be my thing. Big Bad, they would have to tame it down for the Olympics. Yeah, I mean, they probably would. I know for the boxing, and I believe it's Taekwondo, or even the kickboxing, I know they make them wear like the headgears and that kinds of stuff. So they would probably make them do that. Which could be a pain in the ass as far as mixed martial arts is concerned, just because of that headgear not being exactly the smallest of things to wear, so it'd be very hard to do various moves with it. But I could see them possibly doing that, making them wear like the headgear like they do for the boxing or Taekwondo and kickboxing. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Stepdaughter had a question, so I had to answer her real quick. But yeah, the second part of that is, do you like the direction that UFC or MMA itself is going? I do. I think I like the direction they're going. I don't like some things that they're doing as far as UFC is concerned. I think me and Rude Boy had talked about it in the very first episode of Talk About Sports, and some of the scripted drama I think we can do without. I don't want it in the UFC. Visions, as far as the second half of the question, I haven't watched enough MMA to know where it's really going. So again, no opinion here. Yeah, fair enough. It's becoming way more mainstream. I can remember growing up in the 90s and stuff, and the only way you could watch it was the only way you could watch the UFC was to buy a pay-per-view. Well, now you can see it on TV almost every weekend. It's always on ESPN. They show a lot of they'll show past events on ESPN, or even on occasionally. I think I've seen it on Fox. But it's very mainstream. It's not you don't have to know somebody to be able to go see it. You can tune in every week on ESPN and watch Fight Night. If you have access to ESPN Plus, it's on there. You can watch the VODs of past pay-per-views. They do have like their own series of upcoming fighters and shit on there. But it's very easy access. Visions, I do agree with you. The scripted shit needs to stay for the it definitely needs to stay in the WWE. I don't want that in UFC. It's not needed. I mean, obviously, you're going to have your people that are going to talk some shit and be cocky and do whatever, but that's always been there. They settle it inside the octagon, and hopefully you're good enough that night to get the W and back up your shit talk. But yeah, the scripted stuff needs to go away. I think the other thing that I don't like is it's not as personalized as far as when people are in the octagon and getting announced. They used to have the big banners hanging behind them with all of their various sponsors, and it was very personal to them. They had their own little design logo and shit, and made it kind of fun. They took that away. I think they should bring it back. Let people have like their own little flair on what they're wearing in the octagon type thing, like the shorts and whatever. So I don't really like that part of it. Let them put their own little personal flair on what the gear is that they're wearing.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a methodical drive.
Well, that was all of my questions. So we're up to the open discussion part. So if there's any topics that you guys in chat would like to bring up, you are more than welcome to do so at this point. I don't think anybody has posted any in the Discord as far as questions, but I'll take a look real quick and see if anybody's posted anything. Visions. I do have a weird question, just kind of hit me. Would you consider battle bots a sport? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would consider battle bots a sport or not. I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know. Never really thought about that one. Big Bad. Any predictions for who you think will win the NCAA championship? My hope is that I'm hoping that the championship includes all of it, anybody except Alabama. I would be perfectly okay with it being Cincinnati, Michigan in the championship, Cincinnati, Georgia, Georgia, Michigan. I'm fine with any of those. I just don't want Alabama there. I'm hoping that Cincinnati can pull it off and get the W against Alabama. I've definitely got my fingers crossed. My big hope is that I'm hoping that it's a close game and not a one-sided Alabama is going to come out and absolutely destroy Cincinnati. I don't want that. I want it to be a good game, a close game, with hopefully the outcome being Cincinnati wins over Alabama. Visions, I'm with you, not Bama. Yeah. Big bad. I'd love to see the underdog win, but I don't think it will happen. I don't either. I don't think it will happen. Like I said, I do have my fingers crossed. Hell, at this point, I've got my fingers crossed, my toes crossed. Anything that can possibly be crossed is crossed at this point, and I'm just absolutely hoping that Cincinnati can pull off the W. So I was going through the channels the other day, and apparently now saw it on, I don't remember what channel it was on, but I saw that there is tag now being shown on television. I didn't really watch it because I was just slightly concerned that we have a competition thing for the game of tag. I don't know. I was very confused. If they make money off of it, then why not? I mean, I don't know if there was money involved or not. I mean, I would imagine there would be since, it was being televised. I just thought it was very weird that we now have tag being televised on the national airwaves. It was just kind of weird. I want to see professional dodgeball. I wouldn't mind seeing some dodgeball. Um, I wish they would bring back roller derby. That shit was fun to watch. Oh my god, that was entertaining. Why it ever got taken off of TV, I have no idea. But it was so fun to watch. Me and my dad used to sit there and watch that shit for like hours if we could. The women, yes, the women were brutal in roller derby. Oh my god. Like I enjoyed watching the women roller derby over the men just because it was way crazier with the women. Oh my god. It was WWE on crack. Yeah, I mean it was WWE on crack and on wheels. It was definitely entertaining to watch. Like I said, I just don't understand why they took it off of television. I know it's still going on. I know there's still people out there that do it. Yes, Visions, you were right. Yeah, I didn't care who won either. I just enjoyed watching it. Yeah, roller derby was people on like roller skates or roller blades and skating around on a circular track and beating the ever living piss out of each other. Like if you didn't come out of there bloodied, you were not doing your job as far as I was concerned. Right? It definitely should be Big Bad. Yeah, I remember that shit. That shit was nuts, man. Yeah, like that was whenever it was on, like that was what me and my dad watched for like the rest of the evening was roller derby. That was like all we did. We would sit there, sit on the couch, and just like we'd be eating dinner and watching roller derby. Yeah, that was some next level shit back in the day. Yeah, you ain't got, you're not wrong there. Like I said, I know it still goes on. You just they don't show it on TV anymore. Yeah, yeah, Big Bad. Some of them were pretty hot. Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, it was something. Vision's backyard wrestling should be a sport too. LOL. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I mean, I would definitely take part in it. I'm not sure how many matches I'd be able to have, but it'd have to be like one a month or something like that. Because I know I ain't gonna be able to do it like you know a weekly basis. I'll be dead. Like once a month would be good. Oh my god. Yeah, somebody's trying to call me. They can wait. But Visions took more guts than regular pro wrestling to do so. Why not? Yeah, exactly. I don't know of many pro wrestlers that'd be okay with getting shit in the face. So, except for Rude Boy LMAO. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. Big Bad. Big Bad said girls in bikinis wrestling and Jello pudding. I mean, hey, I'd pay to see it. Although I'm pretty sure that you can see that actually go down at some strip clubs. No. See, I have never actually been to one. I just know that they happen there. Visions, shit, I'd roll around in pudding with them for a dark match. I mean, Visions, I wouldn't put it past you. Now, would it be for would you be getting in there for the women, or is it because there's pudding? Both. I'll have to let your wife know that that's what you want to do. She knows that already. I mean, that does sound like a pretty fun time. I'm not gonna lie. You and me both, Big Bad. Be the pudding towel boy. I mean, it could be a really good job. Snack packs and women. I mean, what's wrong with that? Vision snack packs on women. Nothing wrong at all. Yeah, exactly. It's the best of both worlds. That's the way I see it. This conversation has taken a real turn, but I wouldn't say for the worse. Yeah, it did. I'm almost a little concerned to ask if there's any other sports topics we want to bring up, but I'm not sure where that's going to go at this point. Big Bad. I'd have a Jello pudding pot for them. I mean, you probably wouldn't be the only one there, bro. Vision. So are stripper sports Olympic worthy? I'm pretty sure there would be some people out there that would say absolutely. That would bring new meaning to the pole vault. That it would. That it would. Oh my god. This is why I love doing this show and being part of the tacos, because oh my god. Y'all kill me and I love it. Visions, I got nothing. That was a great pun. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we would have anything for that. That kind of. There is no comeback. All right. Well, there are no other topics brought up. I think we will. Maybe we'll bump it up an hour and start it.
If you did not hear me, Garcon,
12 Eastern
I
rather
requested
than
that you smack that sucker
11 Eastern.
in his eye hole to start the festivities.
All right, guys. Well, there are no other topics to bring up here. We will end it because I do apparently have to go to work today. So we are going to raid out. If you guys have any suggestions for somebody, yeah, I see Hustle is on. Do you guys have any other suggestions as somebody to raid? Yeah, I know Hustle returns favors. She was definitely on my list. Yeah, I saw Avril was on. I have it on my phone here. All right, so we got Hustle or Avril. Which one do we want to go with, guys? Vision says Hustle. Asian says, all right, Hustle it is. Well, that was a pretty easy decision. LOL, LOL. They're big bad. All right, guys, we're gonna raid Hustle Dice. She's playing Fortnite today. Show her some love, guys, and I will see y'all next week.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. On first down, Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On second down, it's Jones.